Hey folks, we are waiting here, Totality on the Bay, in another 5 or 6 minutes. Thanks so much for joining us. We cannot wait to bring you this amazing broadcast. Sit back, relax, and stay safe, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Hi folks, and welcome to Totality on the Bay in beautiful Belleville, Ontario, Canada, on Lake Ontario. Boy, the vistas are absolutely beautiful, and they will be all day long. We are on live on YouTube for 3 hours at an event that is once in a lifetime for many people, and we can't wait to showcase it to you. We have 4 cameras here. It is going to be an amazing day. We can't wait to get started, but before we do, I have a story to tell because it's so important for the theme of today, because it's going to be awe. It is going to be amazing, but this is a story that's true, and it was told to me recently by a gentleman that I want to give a shout out to. Jordan Brandt is a guy who lives in Belleville, and he tells these stories about how eclipses are so important to the Six Nations. And this is why this is such an important day for everybody here in Belleville, everybody on the path of totality, but especially to our friends in the Six Nations. Now, did you know that over 1,000 years ago, or close to 1,000 years ago, an eclipse was the thing that helped the Confederacy, the Iroquois Confederacy, to start? It was an amazing story. Now they warred, the Six Nations warred, just like we do today. And the prophet, known as the peacemaker, was the man that came down and said, no, we must have a law of peace. So he talked to all the different bands. And the one band that said no, they weren't sure, were the Seneca. So the peacemaker went to the Seneca leaders and said to them, don't look to me for the answer, look to the skies. And when they looked to the skies, August 31st, 1142, an eclipse appeared. And the Seneca leaders believed that the peacemaker had all the right answers. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to see some beautiful things in the sky, and we want to take that beautiful message of peace. Because if you look at the headlines of today, our world is full of war and hate. But today, it's going to turn to peace. And if Belleville, Ontario, Canada, can have anything to do with that, that would be an amazing thing. We are going to present to you what we hope to be a life-changing, spectacular event for the next 3 hours. It's going to be awesome. So please stay with us. And we want to thank another person. Candace Miracle works for CBC, and she's at Six Nations right now in Brantford. And she's been telling this story. I want to give her a shout out too for allowing us to tell this story as we start the broadcast. Peace is where it is, and Belleville is going to be the start of it. And this is the start of our broadcast, because Belleville is a fantastic city. Now, we've had some issues over the last year or two, as many people know, but we are forging forth because we are a cultural city. We have the Pinnacle Playhouse, started in 1969. You want theater? Come to the Pinnacle Playhouse. The ballet, the Quinte Ballet, has internationally known as a school. It is an amazing thing. So those are just two reasons why you have to come to Belleville. But there's also music. The Belleville Commodores are one of the most amazing big bands in Canada from 1928. What a great story that is. And if you're going to talk music in Belleville, the Empire Theatre, Marc Rajat has made that place rockin'. And we have Rockfest every summer, and it's amazing the way Andy Forgey and the boys rock the city. So come on to Belleville, check out Rockfest this summer. And of course, Belleville has so many great things. DiscoverBelleville.ca is where to go to check out all the great events. We have the Waterfront Festival. It's been going for 40 years. What a great event. It's a multicultural event over on Swix Island where you can have food from all around the world. International food is Belleville food, because we are a multicultural city, and we can't wait to have you, and we can't wait to bring this amazing broadcast, because it's going to be awesome. We have a lot of things to talk about and see, hoping that the clouds clear, because totality, of course, as you probably know by now, 3:21 here in Belleville. We have 2 minutes and 1 second of awe. We can't wait for that. So we're building and building the momentum for that. So we got lots to talk about before that. Safety issues. You can see that I've got my ISO 12312-2s right ready. And we can't wait to put those on when I start looking at the sun. So that is something we're hoping Mother out on that one. So what are we doing now? Okay, so let's talk about our setup here. It's a very unique setup. We have an old style truck from North Carolina. It's an old NBC News truck, and we've got a setup here. Our camera guy, I'm gonna just walk over here with my camera gal, Ella, thanks. And this is my buddy Keith, one of our crew members. Keith Sage is a isolating shot of the sun and the moon today. It's an amazing thing. So you're a nature photographer, and that's kind of what you do as a hobby, but you're a professional camera guy. Tell us a little bit about the things that you've done in the past.
Bird photography and waterfalls I did with a few people last summer in the spring, and it was beautiful. I was hoping to get out there this summer and do some more. Unfortunately, we didn't have that cold of winter, so the ice buildup wasn't so good, so I didn't get out this winter to get the ice on the mist on the rocks, but maybe next winter we will look for birds coming back this summer and photography with that. I learned about this particular camera from a photo shoot that I did on the Prince Edward County Long Point and the bird observatory out that way.
Sure.
And that's how I really got into this camera itself.
All right, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the camera itself, a little bit about the specs and how we had to finagle them for this particular shoot. It's really an interesting thing. But tell us a little bit about, you seem to be very interested also in eclipses as well. So why is this particular shoot important to you?
Just because it is a historic event, it's a memorable event. There's a lot of different activities being planned around it. It's taken a while to really gain momentum. I started looking at it back in January, and that's when Barry put a post on Belleville Neighbors Facebook, and the two of us connected at that point, and we started to build this whole broadcast. And it's been quite a journey to get to this point, but I'm pleased to be a part of it, and looking forward to a great afternoon of an eclipse.
Absolutely, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the specs of the camera, because it's basically an amazing lens that we're going to be able to showcase to all the viewers. Some really fine isolated shots, so we can't wait for that. So we're just hoping that the weather cooperates here, but now we're going to talk a little bit about safety, because I think it's important that we are cloud covered, and I do have my ISO 12312-2s. These are very important because you can't directly in the sun, you will severely have first contact 8 right. See, there's different contact points. The first contact is at 208 when the moon first touches the sun, and then the second contact, C2, is considered when it's totality, which will be at about 321, and then the C3 is considered when the moon starts the move off the sun, and then finally when it moves and finishes the eclipse. At that time, you have to have those glasses on. Welder's glasses are not good enough. Is there anything else that I'm missing here, Keith? Because I know that you and I talked about it yesterday, about the importance of keeping safe.
It is very important to keep safe, and you don't realize that you're damaging your eyes when you may be looking at the sun. If you do it without glasses, it takes about 6 hours or more to find out that you have damaged your eyes, and at that point it's too late. I believe 10 people in the last eclipse went blind, from what I hear, and it's because they were looking at the sun without protection. And the way you should put on your glasses is you look down, you put your glasses on, then you can look at the sun. You turn away from the sun, and then you can take your glasses off again. But you do not want to put your glasses on while you're looking up at the sun, because you could damage your eyes. And even for a few seconds, you can damage your eyes. You want to be very, very careful. It's a beautiful thing, the sun, but you don't want to hurt your eyes, because your eyesight is a beautiful thing as well.
And I think we saw back in 2017, the last time a world leader did that. He actually looked up and he turned orange, so we don't want anyone to do that. So keep safe out there, people. It's really important, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a teaching moment here, because part of this is we just learned a little bit about the eyesight. Well, people, when they learn that I was hosting this event, he's astronaut qualified. That's true. I'm not. I actually walked on the moon, but I was suspended for 2 weeks for hanging one in 1975, and that's a true story. Gary Duggan from Nicholson Catholic College sent me to the cleaners, and my parents actually didn't know what a moon was, so they actually protested the fact that I was on for 2 weeks. And it was a teaching moment because my parents had to phone my neighbors to find out what a moon was. So isn't this a beautiful moment for us?
Fantastic.
That we learned that?
Yes.
Yeah, my parents, unfortunately, from Belleville, were not here today. They're up in heaven watching. My mom is saying, I can't believe you're mentioning that story, Scott. That's true. And Dad, put your pants on. Okay.
Good story.
Yeah, it is a good story. Okay, so we're getting fairly close. We got a few minutes left before partial phase for the actual C1, which is the contact. So we're about 8 or 9 minutes away. It's an amazing build-up. We're hoping that the crowds will get even bigger. I think that, frankly, most of the people are at Swix Island, which is just a little west of us. And apparently there are quite a few people there. But we're glad that everybody is staying safe and staying at home and watching us on YouTube. Want to give a great shout out to some businesses and make sure that if there's anybody watching out there, if you're commenting, throw out your name. We'll comment and mention you on air. We would love to, because we've had a lot of different companies come to us and help us out a lot. First and foremost, the Boathouse Restaurant. We're here on the bay, which has some of the best walleye fishing and smallmouth bass fishing in Ontario. And if you want to eat it, you have to go to the restaurant. It's on South Front Street. It has amazing views. It's packed right now. I know that with people. The deck has got one of the best views in all of Belleville, and their food is amazing. Nick, thanks for treating us today. It was amazing. So the crew's going to be there after the show too. So get to the Boathouse. It's awesome. I also like to give a shout out to Meyers Brewery. They are watching in the tap house. So hello and thanks for doing that. Keith, you actually talked to a few businesses as well. It's pretty exciting that people are getting built up as we're watching this.
I did, yes. Thanks to Montana's Boston Pizza.
And Good Life Fitness.
And Good Life Fitness was generous enough to help us out with putting some of their TV screens on our live feed. And Shoeless Joe's, Chuck's Roadhouse, and there was a couple other ones out there as well. So thank you very much for doing that. Appreciate it. And the more people that we can keep safe.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Cheesies, who are staple. They've been around for years. They are fantastic. Tony McGarvey has been so helpful with us, and we appreciate their support. And you have to appreciate they're coming up on their 75th anniversary, so it's amazing that Hawkins Cheesies have been around, an internationally known brand of cheesy. It's pretty cool. So yeah, we're just waiting for another 9 minutes or so for the first contact.
Yes.
And we're hoping again that the skies will, the clouds will actually have something to show the viewers. Yeah, it's we've got about 9 minutes of that. So let's talk about.
Hey Scott.
Yes.
Somebody wants to know how come we don't have an eclipse like every year. Do you want to show them your?
Yes, we have a comment from a viewer. Why don't we have an eclipse every year? Well, we got a model here thanks to our incredible director and producer, Barry Silverthorne. Isn't this beautiful? So here is, and Keith, if you can hold that and help me out here.
Absolutely.
So basically, the moon goes around the Earth like this. It is on an axis. So therefore, basically, you don't get the moon because of the axis goes like that. You're not actually getting the proper.
No, you need the sun to be in direct alignment with the Earth.
Yes.
And the moon's shadow will focus down on the Earth. And the moon is so wide, and it casts a large, wide shadow.
Right.
And then as the light passes around it, it just narrows right down, and we have a very small dot on the Earth from the shadow because the moon is a certain distance away from the planet. And
Wow.
it would be nice if more of the people could enjoy a larger shadow, but the moon is a certain distance from the Earth, and that's how the shadow can be cast on the Earth.
And that's why the path is so narrow. The path is like 115 miles wide, so that's why we're not able to. Most of the solar eclipses happen like I guess once every 18 months or so, or over water. So that's why most people don't. And this is why this particular eclipse is so important, because the totality path, it goes through such a large population area.
There's a very large population this time around. This is one of the I think the last 3 eclipses combined, the population involved is about double this time from what it was the previous 3. I think it was like 2 million and 3 million. There are gazers and astronomers from around the world, and they follow the eclipse wherever it's happening, and they try and get the best vantage point, and these people travel a lot. It's amazing.
And we are seeing some crowds here and behind us, and like we said, Swix Island in Belleville is also a place, a viewing point that we can actually, I can see over on the other side. You can see people gathering out on the point there, which is really interesting. Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable to see, depending again on the amount of sun that's going to be poking through. And while we're here on the other side, as well as the Quinte Art Council have set up easels, and all artists are drawing and painting, and we're going to have a representative come over and talk about what they're doing. It's really cool. There's about 10 easels up, and artists are around, and we can't wait to showcase, because it's kind of a neat thing.
Yes, yes. I didn't know they were doing that, and I'm quite impressed that they're set up and doing something down here as well, because it's the totality only lasts a couple of minutes. The actual start to finish lasts much longer, and there's different stages, and it's amazing. It's a really amazing event, and people really need to take a look at it and appreciate what it is, because it's so monumental.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's we get 2 minutes and 1 second here in Belleville. We're a little jealous. The guys in Prince Edward County get 3 minutes. Nice. And I guess the longest part of totality is over Lake Ontario, which is 4 minutes. But boy, I can't wait to see what happens with the crowd, with the animals. It's said that the animals don't know what's happening for that 2 minutes because they think it's going dark. So crickets are sounding, birds are chirping in a different way, and they know something's up. It's going to be very interesting. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Thanks, Keith. We can't wait chatting with you about the setup that Keith has with his awesome camera, and how we the shade in order to particularly see the moon and the sun, because of the amount of light that's coming in. So it's sort of makeshift, but we have a brilliant director and technical director that's taken this amazing 1998 NBC News truck and converted it for live streaming broadcast. It's amazing, because we're doing it through, we used to do it through microwave dish. When I worked at City TV, there were live eye trucks everywhere, and we would be able to go to signals thanks to the microwave dish. Well, that was passé. Now it's Starlink, thanks to Elon Musk. And yes, Elon's supposed to show up at some point during the broadcast. He hasn't called me yet, so we're hoping to hear from him soon. We want to thank him. We also want to thank anybody from any other galaxy that might be listening. Should be whatever galaxy. We want to say hello. Comment. If you can make a comment, we'll send some comment right back, okay? No matter what galaxy you're in. So give us a call. If you are a company here in Belleville, we will give you a shout out. We can't wait for that. It'll be awesome. So yes, we are about 3 to 4 minutes away from C1, which is contact 1, where the moon's silhouette is revealed. And yeah, that's the first start of this partial phase phenomena that we've been talking about. And yeah, getting to totality, which is 321. So we're now looking at Keith's view, and this is an amazing viewpoint, and it's just this it is amazing. In the last 10 or 15 years, the difference in quality in camera lenses and what we can do, and we really love the fact that we can bring this to you. It is going to be a spectacular day. It looks like there's a little bit of cloud clearing, which is really nice to hear and see. I can't wait, because the buzz is starting. There's people continuing all day long. We've been here since about 8 in the morning setting up, and there's people gathering. Artists are filling their easels with some great art, I'm sure, right? So I can't wait to see that. That's going to be interesting to hear from the Quinte Art Council. They've done a great job in the cultural city of Belleville, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. Just a couple more minutes, and yeah, tell us a little bit about what's happening now.
I've got a little bit of an image on the screen of the sun. And if we get a clear spot, if you watch, we're going to have an isolation on the sun. And go ahead, Ella.
There's Ella getting in there. Thanks,
Ella's getting in there to get a shot of my monitor.
And that's a great little monitor. Specifically, as we mentioned, because of the incredible amount of light that occurs when you're trying, and very difficult for you to actually get a decent look at your image. So that's a really excellent way of doing it for the viewer.
Yes, and I'm trying to get the best focus I can on the screen. Unfortunately, the clouds are trying to steal the show away from us. When I do get a clear image, try and take a look towards the top, maybe in center, left of center, and you may see a sunspot on the sun. It was there yesterday and is again there today, and it's very difficult with the clouds to get a very clear shot, but it's something to keep an eye out for.
What are sunspots? What should we be looking for?
Sunspots you'll see is a black.
We saw it it moved quite a bit, didn't it? It seemed to move.
It did. It drifted from left to right. No, a fair distance, I would say, for the size of the sun to the time that we were looking at it and first observed it, and then an hour or so later it had moved quite a distance. So it was quite interesting to watch, and it's just something else to observe about the sun. And I was trying to do that yesterday with the sun, with the solar glasses on, and I was not able to get a close enough image with the glasses on. So you're not able to see the sunspots with the solar glasses, unfortunately.
Right. Okay, well, we're pretty close. We're getting there.
We're just about going to Totality, first connect right now. Just about.
This would be C1. And
just right on cue.
Just on cue. Cloud comes over, yeah. How's the look?
It's there, but getting hidden.
Mother Nature needs to. Oh, we're getting a little bit of a slight break.
The clouds are rolling across quite nicely. Beautiful clouds. The eclipse happens when we have no control over it, unfortunately.
Right. And I'm just looking through the glasses, and hard to pick up, but that's because of the clouds, obviously. And we hope that Mother Nature will make it a little bit better for everybody viewing.
So we're 2:10 now, so first contact has taken
official.
place.
Yes.
The eclipse has officially started here in Belleville, Ontario.
And we'll have probably another 2 hours of this. We hope that 2 hours of better visuals that we have particularly now, but hey, it's the way it is in live television, isn't it?
Well, even if we can't see the sun, we will see the darkness.
That is true. We will see the darkness. That is true.
That's when the animals go funny, and
we'll have 2 minutes of silence. You won't have to worry about listening to us talk. Yeah, so let's talk about the setup a bit, because I want to talk about just about this whole getup here. Not the camera itself. We'll get into details a little bit more about that, but I did mention this particular. Tell us what that is and.
This is just a sunscreen. I've got it in the box here. Box, very custom built for this event, and the camera is feeding the TV or the monitor through HDMI, and I'm able to see and focus in on the monitor, and that allows me to track the sun, because it just, once I connect the HDMI cable to the camera, I lose my visual on the camera.
Right.
So for that reason, I've gone to a monitor,
sure,
and I can see what I should be seeing through the camera, and it's being fed into the video van and broadcast out on YouTube. So it's quite a remarkable setup. We didn't know how it was going to go outdoors trying to set this up.
Sure.
It's not like working on an indoor studio where you can provide your own lighting and you
Right.
you can predict exactly what you're going to see in advance.
Sure.
With this, we're outdoors. Any outdoor event, you're always subject to the weather and whatever the weather decides to do.
Right.
So we had to try and come up with a plan that was actually going to be functional no matter what. And this seems to be working quite well.
Nice.
Except for that little blockage between here and the sun up in the sky.
Hate those clouds. But hey, we are optimistic that by totality, in about an hour and a bit.
About an hour and 10 minutes.
Hour and 10 minutes, we're going to have totality. So right now we've already C1, which is contact 1, where the moon and the sun first make contact. And yeah, it's so far we haven't seen a lot because of the cloud issue, but boy, we have a NASA feed coming up. We can't wait to show you that. That is going to be really exciting to be able to tap into, see what they're doing all over. They track the path of totality in a different angle than we are.
Exactly.
And that should be exciting. Are you looking forward to that?
I am. It's going to be a nice, different perspective on their side. But the eclipse has started. We're about 5 minutes in now.
Yeah.
And it will gradually get darker and darker. It doesn't get dark in 2 seconds.
Right.
It gradually gets darker and darker, just like a sunset, only this is a little bit faster than a sunset. Because the moon is covering the sun, or the moon is covering the sun, shadow, for us. And it's going to get eerie.
Right.
It's a different feeling than just a regular sunset, and a lot of people, it affects people different ways. Some people get emotional.
Right.
Some people get scared.
Yeah.
So don't be scared. It's the moon covering the sun. It's going to get dark. It will get lighter again after that, I guarantee you. And then it'll be another day tomorrow.
And the way the animals are affected is very interesting, and we're going to be able to hear the birds and the crickets, as we've mentioned. But the one story that we've heard, giraffes, their reaction, they run around in circles, and a lot. I'd like to see that.
How about the turtles?
What do the turtles do?
The turtles have sex.
Really? Not with the giraffes, though.
Not with the
No,
giraffes.
The giraffes
no.
just neck. That's
No.
all they do.
No.
Okay, so
But
that's
you may find deer coming out,
Okay.
thinking that it's dusk, feeding. So be careful if you're driving. You don't want to run into a deer or another animal.
That's
I don't
interesting.
know,
I never thought of that.
because it will get gradually darker and darker, and some animals will think it's getting dark and it's time to go out and get some food for the day, which is what they generally do at dusk. So
Sure.
it's we're going to have some respectively 2 nightfalls, if you would, tonight or today. One in the afternoon and then one at night. And the animals, they don't know it's an eclipse. They just know it's getting darker, and what they do at dark, when it gets, that's what they do. So be careful on the roads. Raccoons might come out. Who knows? It's a nice day. They're out of hibernation now, and you want to be safe on the roads for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to take that all in. Because it's only 2 minutes, right? So it's going to be lightning quick. So you have to take all that in. And another fact that I just thought that was so interesting, the Navajo, their belief is that they tell their people that to stay inside, to close all your windows and don't look outside, because they want to keep the sun and the moon together and have their privacy. I just thought, that's the way to think about this. It's such an amazing, spiritually beautiful thing. I'm not a spiritual person, but boy, oh boy, that was beautiful. And if we think about that and continue that theme, right? The theme of awe, inspiring, hopefully amazing, that we can see the totality in all its greatness, but at the same time, peace on earth. Come on, we can do it. I know we can, right? So, yeah, maybe this could be the moment for us. And the moment's going to be coming up, but we're going to be going to a break soon because we have a lot more on the show coming up. So we're going to go on just for a bit, a wide shot of the eyes of Belleville, and we're going to come back with lots more information about cultural Belleville and what we're going to about to see on the eclipse 2024, Totality on the Bay. Stay with us. We're going to be here.
Talk to me, just keep talking. Just recite the national anthem or something while you're walking. So now both of them up on this camera. So when one person's talking, he's off to himself there, don't be talking. Look at me up. Every time you can talk, you could use the head.
not now. We can wave you over. Are you cool with it? Just while you're here and all that? You want to do it straight away? Sure, we can do this. And you can still use that mic.
Hi, and welcome back to Totality on the Bay in beautiful Belleville, Ontario, Canada. We can see it from our Google Maps. This is a beautiful city. We are just in between Montreal and Toronto. What a great location. One of the best fishing cities in all of Canada. We have walleye, we have pickerel, we have amazing fishing. We have amazing everything here. It is the place to be, especially for Totality 2024 on April 8th. This is amazing, awesome experience for all of us so far. First contact was at 2:08, so we've been into it for just a bit. We've got some great images with our camera. It's awesome. We cannot wait to get to the NASA feed. We're going to do that fairly soon too, because this is an opportunity for us to showcase a different angle of this amazing eclipse. So let's get to the actual, all the way from way down, that from our what? Going to the map of NASA are clear. They are very lucky, and they're lucky in Prince Edward. Both of us, they get 3 minutes of Totality. The lucky guys. Oh boy, to get the reactions from all my friends down there. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Paul Chappelle and his wife Amy Chappelle, who went to, in 2017, they went all the way down from Belleville to Tennessee to see the path of Totality there in 2007. Now that's dedication, and they're set up in the Prince Edward County now, so I'm hoping they're enjoying their stay and they're enjoying their time there. So let's hope that there are more comments coming and we really enjoy it. So please, Nicole is in her hospital bed. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate Buster's van crossed with the Scooby-Doo van, crossed with the City TV van, and it's all here for Belleville. This is an amazing opportunity for us to showcase a great city all around the world with this old technology blended with new technology. Elon Musk and Starlink have helped us out. We want to thank Elon. He can't quite make it. He was supposed to be here by 2:30. Fortunately, he's probably somewhere in the States checking out the contact from there. So that's fine. We're cool with that. But Elon, call me. Okay, so let's also check out right now some amazing visuals from Keith's perspective. Wow. Check this out. Let's go and take a look. Keith, you're getting some pretty decent images here. Let's
The clouds
talk
have just
about that.
moved off. Well, they're moving back in again right now. I've got a really nice shot of the sun. I'm focused in quite tight. I can get a little tighter, but then I lose it. It moves
What are
actually
we
faster
seeing?
than I think.
Describe a little bit what the viewers are seeing.
We're seeing clouds over the sun right now. And we should
Wow,
get another
timing is
spot of the
everything,
sun
isn't it,
soon.
on live television.
The sun is about 20-25% covered by the shadow at the moment. Or where shadow is coming into view. It's coming in from the bottom right and moving to the top left.
Oh, wow.
And
Isn't it? Boy, oh boy, we really need that cloud to...
just as we came back from break, it was
Yeah.
very good.
But it looks like there's a little bit of a break in the sun, hopefully fairly soon. And we'll get a little bit better indication of what we're looking for as we're getting towards
Here we are
C2.
right now.
Getting a little bit better now. C2 is still quite a bit away, so we're hoping that...
Well, that about 30% right now, wouldn't you, Scott?
I would say, yeah, about 30. It's just a beautiful image, isn't it?
It's an amazing event.
We won't see an event like this in Belleville for another 375 years. It's amazing, and I was lucky enough to be part of and witness when I was 9 years old in 1972. Dating me, and it's amazing that, and I will definitely check that out now that the sun is actually out. I'll be able to. And you put them on like this, you were saying?
That's correct.
And then you look up.
Wow, what an amazing view of the sun right now, and
Wow.
Belleville Harbor
Wow.
live streaming on YouTube.
Oh.
For you folks watching at home, that is live. And it is a very safe way to look at the sun because your eyes are damaged looking at your screen the way it is. But it's very slow movement. It is gradually covering up the sun, and
Wow.
haven't noticed it getting any darker yet, but it's going to get gradually darker and darker very, very soon.
And this is what's known as phase phenomenon. For totality, which is only 2 minutes, but it's actually the build-up that's important. It's the after that's important because there's so much awe and there's so much inspiration that people get from the totality part that afterwards there's cheering often, there's a lot of oohs and ahs. I can't wait to see and hear what's going to happen at that time when we get to totality. So yeah, we're still 40 minutes away or so. So it looks pretty nice. We've got a little better image now.
It is
Boy.
nice that we have an image now, and the clouds have moved off for a little while, and it's the moon is covering the sun gradually, and we are coming up on about halfway to totality. And
It's beautiful.
I'm just trying to see if I can see the sunspot. I can't quite focus in on it at the moment. See a sunspot in the upper left hand about 10 o'clock-ish. So the upper left hand corner is a dot, a sunspot at about 10 o'clock. And you should be able to see that on your screen. Quite an amazing camera that I can zoom in and actually see a sunspot on the moon this distance away. But as you can see, the moon is gradually moving over covering the sun. It's a very nice image at the moment. It's a slow event, but it's a beautiful event that's taking place. Are we live?
Okay, we're back here, and this is beautiful here in Belleville as the sun is slightly coming out of the clouds, and that's what we're waiting for all day long, hoping it gets a little bit more intense as we build to totality at 321. You know, I would be a little bit remiss if I didn't mention culture in Belleville that we mentioned before and not include sports. Look at this, Nicholson basketball. That's right, basketball. It is one of the great sports, and Nicholson has a history like no other. We are one of the most amazing teams in all of Ontario, so we're really proud. I was proud to be part of the program. Frank Farrell and the boys, they did a great program. 60 years of senior boys basketball. Amazing, but of course, wherever I go, whenever I mention I'm from Belleville, everyone says, isn't that the home of Bobby Hall? That's right, of course it is. Where he 1959 Marlins when they won the championship. Boy, oh boy, what a fantastic squad that is. We are in the sport of hockey here in Belleville. We have so many great players from the last 30 or 40 years. Personally, my favorite hockey player from Belleville is Hannah Bunton. What a great story that is. Hannah represented Canada. She went to Cornell University, and now she's the face of hockey on CBC as she covers the sport. What an amazing story. She's got a great family. It's typical of what Belleville is all about. And you know what? It's not just team sports. Individual sports are great too. We have amazing things to talk about. And anybody who kind of remembers my old soccer show, and I'm going to get Keith to throw me over this baby. Check out this, my old Direct Kicks t-shirt. Well, the reason why I'm mentioning soccer is people remember Belleville as the Belleville McFarlands. I think of them as the Quinte Hellenics. Now, this is a team that I used to battle in the 1980s. This is the top senior men's soccer team in all of Canada. They absolutely dominate the Merchants Cup, one of the oldest competitive soccer cups in all of North America. So go Quinte Hellenics. Congratulations to all of the great sports here in Belleville. We have amazing things to do. On the water, on the pitch, we have it here in Belleville. We can't wait. So this is amazing. We just want to give a shout out to all the great athletes, both male and female. So let's talk about this new thing that we put together. Come on over here. We're going to do a little bit of a demonstration. Hopefully it works a little bit better than the first one. But this is our buddy Barry Silverthorne, who is the executive director, producer, and technical director of this, has put this together, and Keith and I are going to showcase what this is all about. Tell us a little bit about this homemade tube viewer that we've put together.
This is a safe solar eclipse viewer, and what you do, there's a hole in one end, and there's a viewing screen at the back. You point it at the sun, and the image will being shown here, and you can look at this image safely as you pointed at the sun. And the sun is just coming into view through the clouds, if I can find it.
It's a little difficult to find, but when you do, you can actually, it really illuminates nicely, and it makes it a safe way of viewing. And it's a nice science experiment for kids to put different pinhole cameras and whatnot. I know that science teachers are teaching the kids over the last couple of weeks about how to make these, and it's very cool. See if we can get that.
Trying to hold it right there is difficult to hold.
You really have to hold it, but there it is there. Oh, there we go. That's cool.
Here it comes.
Yeah, that's really, see, as soon as the clouds leave, right, you get this beautiful image. And that allows you to view it safely, and that nice shade, it shades your eyes too. That's fantastic. Image is just beautiful.
Can't quite see the moon covering.
Wow. That's a good steady shot there. And we just, okay, that's just amazing. And like I said, we encourage the kids out there to make their homemade stuff and do different experiments during the eclipse. And I know that we had teachers that we trained, but because of the late notice, they actually had a PA day.
Yes.
And which was probably pretty smart. So yeah, now I think we're going to be going to the Eyes of Belleville. Let's go to the Eyes of Belleville for a shot of the Y, and then we'll go to the NASA feed soon, because the NASA feed is something that we've been talking about for quite some time. We are proud to actually link into them to be able to showcase some of the amazing views. So we're going to take a quick.
I've got to change my battery on me.
I'll
be right back.
Live television. Isn't that fantastic? So let's take a look at the NASA feed, because like I said, it's an important part.
No.
No worries. Okay, no worries. Okay, as we're stretching this because we don't have the NASA feed up right now, I'm going to fill in a little bit of time by talking to a few people maybe. There are more people that are gathering around, which is really cool. And as our directors are going, find people, because there are, as you can see, if you can check out all the different people that are viewing from that vantage point. I would say that the crowds overall were a lot smaller than I expected, but I guess maybe they were listening to what we said to stay home and watch on YouTube.com at Totality on the Bay. So if there are any comments, again, of our broadcast, we'd love to hear. Good stuff, bad stuff, hey, we can take it. Again, we want to thank several people that have helped us out along the way. The Boathouse Restaurant, hopefully they're still watching the broadcast. I want to thank them for lunch. It was amazing. I would like to thank Discovery Belleville. Go discoverybelleville.ca and you're going to find some amazing events all summer long. They have a jazz fest. There's the waterfront fest. There's a Jamaican fest. There's everything to do here in Belleville. It's going to be an awesome summer now that we, like I mentioned, Rockfest is back. And so that will be amazing.
Where are we in relation? Like, tell us where we are, where Belleville
Yes.
is.
Okay, so we're going to give you a little bit of a geographical location of where Belleville is, and we're going to see some wide shots as well. So we are situated on the Bay of Quinte, and we're just north of the Prince Edward County, where some of the best wineries are. So we got a fantastic 15-20 minute ride south to some of the best beaches in the world. The Sandbanks Beach, the Outlet Beach is fantastic. Bloomfield is one of the nicest young small towns with artisans there, so there's lots of places to go. In Belleville, just a little bit east of where we are, 60 minutes or so, is Kingston, beautiful city of Kingston. We are about 2.5 hours west of, my direction isn't great, west of the nation's capital, Ottawa, and we're about 2.5 hours east of Toronto. It's a real easy trip down from the 401 and we have golf, we have fishing, we have cultural stuff all summer long, so we can't wait. And we have battery power, do we?
We have battery power, and the clouds are drifting in and out, but I'm estimating we have about 50% coverage at this time, or slightly less. It's looking really good. And it's drifting out again.
And right now we're at 250, so we're still 30 minutes away from Totality. We can't.
I'm going to try and get Ella to jump in here in just a second.
Everything will be set for 30 or 40 minutes away. So yeah, excited, and
it's getting darker and it's getting eerie in this area. I'm feeling it right now.
Dark, yeah. So
I'm starting to feel it.
And we're going to ask people that are watching, if there's anybody watching, give us a comment. We would love to give a shout out to anybody. Nicole gave us a shout out, who's in the hospital. That's a drag, and we really hope that she can, that they're watching. And yeah, all these businesses that are watching and hopefully staying safe inside, and Meyers Brewery were good enough to send us a link, actually, in their tap room, listening and watching, which is great. So lots of different places in Granville that are showcasing how great they are to the world, and that's what we're trying to do to you, to give you that message, because we are an amazing city and vibrant city, looking forward and doing things positive, and hoping that an event like this, like we always have said from the beginning, that this is a peaceful thing to do for at home. Yeah. So anyway, live television is fantastic, isn't it?
It certainly is. It certainly is. And
yes,
live clouds are good, but they're kind of in the way. I'm thinking about 2 minutes we might get a good view.
Okay, can't wait for that, because
the moon, it's coming in, and anybody with their glasses, put them on, and you will see some spectacular shots coming up very soon. We get a break in the clouds at Belleville Harbor here, and the clouds are drifting over. But that's how it is. It's an eclipse. It's weather. But I'd like to give a shout out to a few of my friends and family watching around the world. I've publicized this to Europe.
Nice.
And India. I've got some Indian friends they're viewing. Hello, India. I know it's very late at night there.
Yes.
It's almost tomorrow.
Yes.
But
I've got pals as well in Africa. The Blotted Crater, a group that I've been working with for a long time, and I want to give a shout out to Steph and Joey watching over in Africa. So that's cool. And yeah, this is unfortunately the weather isn't cooperating great for us, but like you said, it's Totality. Get dark regardless of whether or not we see the images that we're hoping and expecting for, but it's still going to be an event, and yeah, I can feel it getting cooler. I don't know about you.
Well,
let's talk about
funny feeling.
Let's talk a little bit about, like we have mentioned about our setup here, but we didn't really get into much detail about the camera itself. So let's talk a little bit.
Absolutely. Thanks, Scott. Cool P1000. I picked this up last summer, and it is a fixed camera. The lens is fixed. What else has it got? It's got a flash unit. It will take still pictures, video pictures. You can take stills from the video. It's got scenes. Ports. Moon setting. I can pictures of the moon with this. I can actually, I tell you a story. I was watching on a tracker flights coming out of Toronto International, and I wanted to see United Emirates go over. I tracked it when it took off. I saw it come over Belleville, and I took a shot of the underbelly of the plane, and I got a nice shot of the logo just with this camera. And it was handheld. I didn't even have a tripod set up at the time, and it was unbelievable. So I really like the capabilities of the We tried to get this setup going. As soon as I plugged in the HDMI out camera, it killed my viewer on the camera. That's why I had to go to the monitor That's the only way I can see what's going on. I can't look at the viewer at the camera. Filter on my camera, so do not use your own camera to take a picture of the sun without the proper filter, because you will damage your camera just as do not look at the sun. It will damage your eyes.
Safety first, kids. Safety first.
Good for every day.
Right.
But sun, awesome.
Right.
So it's if you're somewhere in, you've got cloud cover, not able to see the sun today, you can use a lens that it is camera. When I was shopping I was looking to do some wildlife photography, because birds, especially still while you take their picture, as soon as you get closer to them, they tend to fly away. Very frustrating. When I was picking out cameras, I was looking at $4,000 or $5,000 for the camera body, and another $4,000 or $5,000 for a lower priced zoom lens. $10,000 package, and then you're also set to a certain length as well. With this particular camera, I've got macro as a possibility, and I've got a 600mm zoom as a possibility.
Sure.
And I was amazed at the price of this camera. It's about $1,200–1,300 plus tax, which is an unbelievable price for what it does. Now, you're not getting the same quality as the $5,000 camera and the $10,000 lens or $5,000 lens. The chip inside this camera is similar to a cell phone chip when you're taking your pictures, and cell phone pictures have improved over the last couple of years immensely. This technology in this camera is about the same.
Right.
The difference is the lens.
You're still in there.
Okay. Your cell phone, and you're only able to get so much of a picture out of that.
Right.
With the zoom lens, I can zoom right in, and since I got a longer lens, I'm bringing the image that much closer.
Right, okay.
So there is a difference. It's not magazine quality pictures if you're really looking to take some really good pictures, but it's certainly clear images, and I can zoom quite nicely without spending a lot of money.
Right. Sure. Great. No, that's awesome. And that's why we have such amazing footage for the people at home. And yeah, this is it's awesome that we have the opportunity in sending this video to you, because it used to pick it up, but because we have Starlink, it makes it so much easier. So we've really turned a really cool news gathering and into a modern version of it, and it's sleeker, but it still has the beautiful the guy that is the brains behind the whole operation. Barry is an amazing director and producer, and it is going to be a van that we use for the next several years, showcasing Belleville and Ontario, some of the best events, and we're the only ones out there doing it. Sure, people can get on Instagram and go live, but we can do it with a van. We are cooler, and this is going to be a really excellent way of presenting not only the eclipse, but other great events too. And hey, we got some people that want to actually talk. Here we go. Let's have a little conversation with people here. Hi, how you doing? Hi, I'm Scott. How you doing? Hey, Justin, come on over.
Here with my mom.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
How you doing? What's your name?
Angela.
Hi, Angela. Come here, Justin. Tell us about why you're here.
I'm going to check out the eclipse here today. It would be nice if the sun was shining a little brighter, but still we're enjoying ourselves out here.
Absolutely. Is it something that you've been, the anticipation have been building? Is that something that you've known about for a while?
It's just nice to do with family out and about for the day.
Yeah. Are you a Belleville resident?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell us, is this the first time you've experienced Totality?
It is. It is. Yeah. I really haven't noticed any eclipses much, but this one is really special.
Yeah, it is.
We're not going to see it for 360 years in this area.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it makes it awesome.
There's a good chance we're not going to be here.
True.
Well, if you live in Belleville, you will be.
Yeah.
Their life is extended. Greatly.
Oh, really?
Think positive, everyone.
Yeah,
Think
there you
positive.
go. Well, there you go. I mean, by that time, I'll have even more wrinkles. Oh, I don't know about that. But so Totality's coming up in another 30-odd minutes or so. Are you really looking forward to it? Is
Oh, I am. Is it about 2 minutes? Is it that I think
2 minutes and 1 second we
2
get?
minutes. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
No.
That's a feeling.
They're getting 3 minutes.
Oh.
That's nice,
You have
eh?
to swim
They get
across.
3 minutes, and apparently it's 4 minutes over Lake Ontario. So if you were in a boat, maybe you'd be able to
And-
experience for a bit
Wow.
longer.
You guys are with group, is it?
Well, no, Groupbox is a subsidiary of what we do. We're Totality on the Bay.
Okay, great.
So we're doing this live on YouTube, and we have events throughout the summer that we're going to be covering live through Starlink, which is
Starlink satellite,
Elon Musk's.
Musk's, yeah.
So yes, so we're doing this live, and you're right now. Is there anything, any people you want to shout out to?
Well, for one thing, Belleville is a great viewing area.
Fantastic.
Nighttime viewing here is fantastic. I've seen those Elon Musk satellites you're talking about.
Yes.
I didn't know what it was, but I counted 23 of those moving stars,
Right.
it looks like.
Yeah, that was a couple months
Awesome.
ago there,
Yes,
right? Yeah,
I've
that was
seen
pretty
it
neat.
twice
Mom
now.
showed me the pictures of
Yeah,
that.
this area gets great sunsets. It's beautiful.
Yeah, Belleville is a beautiful spot.
It
isn't it?
is.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Give-
A live shot of 75% coverage now,
Right.
and it is temperature. You feel it.
Absolutely. Oh,
Selfie live on.
nice. Logan, what are you loving about today?
I just love that everyone's out here. Especially got the groove box out here. Love you guys.
You're taking this in because how old are you? Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect age to take in. 16 years old, learning a lot about the first experience in the eclipse. It might be your last one.
Oh,
you
yeah.
never know. So, unless you're around in 375 years, you look good for your 16, kid.
I appreciate that.
Hey.
Thank you.
But
Hey,
if you-
I couldn't tell if you were 25. That's what I think at least.
Yeah, well, you missed it by that much. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I'm a 32. Yeah, right. 10 or 11 away. So there are people, I wouldn't say they're gathering more than they were last hour, but they're certainly anticipating the event. It is a once-in-a-lifetime, generally, moment. Unless you're a complete sky freak and you go from place to place during all the different kinds of eclipses that happen all over the world, right? So you have to know that, oh boy, look at that. You have to know that people will travel a long way. And we just lost it a bit there. Oh.
Saw it for a moment. It was
Saw it for a moment, yeah, a nice crescent.
That's okay.
And again, we're fairly close. We're now at 310. What do you think?
really cooling off. I can really
you feel it,
cooling
eh?
off. Yes.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
It's getting darker. It's getting darker. You can tell it should be a lot brighter than it is.
Let's go talk to another viewer here. We got Toronto,
Hi, Chris.
Toronto FC. All right, he's a footy fan.
That's
I
it.
like this.
Yeah,
Tell me your name.
Chris.
Hi, Chris. Are you from the local area?
Tweed and Toronto.
Oh, and Toronto.
Yeah,
Okay, that's why you got the
yeah,
Toronto
exactly.
FC
Yeah,
jersey.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
tell us what you're experiencing down here.
Like once in a lifetime event. This is an event that it doesn't matter what your interests are. I mean, everybody takes an interest in today's event, I think.
Are you surprised at the crowds? What do you think?
I am. I thought there'd be a little bit more people out, but
Yeah.
maybe they're erring on the side of caution.
Well, we've been telling people for the last couple of weeks to stay inside and watch our YouTube live. So I'm not sure how much that message really got out. But the other thing is, we've been told that there were kind of rumors that this place was going to be closed, and that Swix Island was the actual viewing spot from Belleville. So it might be the reason why there aren't as many in the crowd, but apparently we've heard Swix Island is absolutely packed with people. And that's not surprising because the viewpoint from any place in Belleville along the waterfront is amazing. We happen to have one of the best for sure, but Swix Island is great too. So I'm hoping that everybody that's at Swix are enjoying it as much as we are, despite the fact that isn't cooperating perfectly, but it's not bad at all. So.
It's not too bad. We're getting glimpses of it through the cloud cover, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks a lot for. I really
Thanks
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thanks for coming over.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the day.
I will. You too.
Yeah, for sure. Hey guys, come on over.
Hi.
Hey, where are you guys from?
From Belleville.
Oh, you're from Belleville, eh?
Yeah.
So, hey, what's your name?
Abraham.
Abraham?
Yeah.
Hey.
Shijo.
Albert.
Hey. So tell us a little bit why you're down here.
To see the solar eclipse.
Yeah.
We are super excited.
Yeah.
And we are looking forward to see this today. So it's a little bit cloudy today. So we hope we can see that.
Right.
Yep.
Did you hear about that we're broadcasting live on YouTube?
Yes.
I just told them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, eh?
Right.
It's only once in a lifetime, right? So next time it's happening after maybe 10 or 20 years, right?
Right.
They just came to work for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just came from my work.
Oh, is that right? Where do you work? Give a shout out.
Pathways.
We both are working in Pathways to Independence.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, they know you're down here then, eh? we're not. Yeah, they do now. Yeah, so we'll give them a shout out. That'll be fine. That's awesome. I really appreciate you guys coming over. Is there anything else? Like, have you been waiting for this for a while? Is this something that you've known about?
Not really, but we are interested. Well, most of my colleagues and friends told me about this, so
Right.
we are also excited to see. So they told it's a once in a lifetime experience, so we should not miss that, right? So
Right.
we are here for that.
Yeah, it's coming up fairly soon too, right?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
only got
Just
you know,
a fuck.
6 or 7 minutes left.
Left, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, have fun and,
Thank you.
and thanks
Thank you.
for coming
Thanks a
down.
lot.
Really
Yeah.
appreciate talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we have some more people who want to chat. How are you? I'm Scott.
Yeah, Breno.
Hey, come on over here. Tell us why you're down here and where are you from?
So I'm actually originally from Brazil, but I actually from Belleville now. It's been 2 years that I live here.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so it's great that we can have the opportunity to actually see the total eclipse from here. So it's awesome. So I just left work, wanna take a look at the eclipse and then come back to it. So
Sure.
yeah.
What part of Brazil?
So I'm from Minas Gerais. It's close to São Paulo, 5
Yeah.
hours away from the main capital there. So yeah, it's been 4 or 5, almost 5 years that I'm here already.
Is that
in
right?
Canada,
Eh?
yes.
How do you like Belleville?
Oh, I love Belleville. It's such a calm city, and you know there's the bay around us, and it's such a great place to live. So I actually love it here. Yeah.
Right. Now, I mean, I just gave a shout out on,
Yes.
on live TV
Yes.
to my friends, the Quinte Hellenics.
Uh-huh.
Do you know anything about the Quinte Hellenics?
No, not
Oh,
yet.
okay. They're a
Yeah.
football team?
Oh, yeah.
You play football?
No, I don't play
Oh,
football.
okay.
I'm more like a basketball guy.
Oh, you're a basketball guy. Oh, Nicholson basketball.
Nice,
Don't make me dunk it over you. Well, the Quinte Hellenics, just when you said Brazil,
Uh-huh.
hey, football,
Yes,
right?
football.
So,
That's the,
yeah. So you're a basketball guy. out here.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm a football fan, but I'm a basketball player kind of guy.
Is that
I'm
right?
Not a good player, but I like to play more.
That's all. That's
Yeah,
all that matters
that's
is
all
that you
matters.
enjoy the sport, right? And
Yes.
that you enjoy Belleville. That's
yes,
pretty cool.
Yes,
that you.
I do. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I love Belleville. It's such
Yeah.
a great place.
Yeah. we're showcasing our city on the broadcast, and we keep repeating how great it is, and it's
Yes.
nice to see so many people from other parts of the world come
Yes.
here and
Yes.
enjoy what we have.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love that so much.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for talking.
Thank you. No
Okay.
worries. Enjoy.
Hey, see, just another person from Belleville. He is one of ours now, and he's from Brazil. That's so cool. That's what makes Belleville so great, and we have more people.
Sorry to jump in on
Hey.
you. Real quick, we're both 5 minutes away from Totality, and it looks beautiful at the moment.
Okay, come on in for sure. We have 5 minutes to Totality, people, as Keith was mentioning, and this is the thing about live television is that there's often guys mentioning things off camera that I have to get to, and you know, I have to be, you know, saddled in sometimes, you know. And we have more guests. This is amazing because so many people are interested in being here. Tell us a little bit. First of all, your name.
Terrence,
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Why are you here?
to see the eclipses.
Where are you from? Are you from
Toronto.
You came all the way from Toronto.
Yeah.
Tell us why you came from like all this way. That's very good. You
Yeah,
must be
because
excited.
because I have a house here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you come down, and then this was the perfect spot.
Yeah, come for fishing, and
Right.
you always come for fishing and enjoy the weekend here.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what kind of fish?
Pickerel, bass, all kind of fishes.
Nice. Can you introduce these your sons? Hi. What's your name?
Marcus.
Hey, what's your name?
Lucas.
There's Lucas.
I'm Richard.
And your pop?
Mayor.
Oh, classmates. Okay, there you go. And it's a great teaching moment as we've been trying to teach people a little bit more information about how eclipses work and whatnot. And they're certainly not getting a lot of information from me, but Keith, my partner, who knows more about it than I do and all that. So we are getting a teaching moment here, and it's great to see that you got your kids here to more about what they're going to be about 3 or 4 minutes away from Totality. It's going to be pretty amazing, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off and I'm going to put on the safety ones.
Yeah.
And then look down, and then I'm going to start looking at the sky now because I had to do my work, but now
You're going to be, 10 minutes away?
less than 10. It's only a few minutes.
3 to 5.
Oh.
3 to 5 minutes from Totality.
Yeah.
And I could see through that. I could see through these glasses the crescent there, and it's
Sounds good.
Yeah.
pretty close.
Okay.
And it's
We're going to stay here, okay?
That's amazing.
Will go dark.
You guys just stay here.
You see nothing.
Don't go.
But the halo of the corona. Oh my goodness. Don't say it now, my God. I smell something. I smell something. Yeah. 2 minutes. Smell that thing?
Clouds are getting in the way, but we're having some great images of the solar eclipse live in Belleville.
how
And
the
we
images, Keith.
The images are amazing when the clouds cooperate. And the clouds are drifting in once again. This is not so good.
How
It's
much
getting
time to
dark, it's getting
Totality?
eerie
We have
down here.
Less than a couple minutes.
You know what it smells like?
Sorry we don't have an image at the moment on. I'm hearing that there's a lot of buffering on YouTube right now. There's thousands of YouTubers streaming over North America, and I think that YouTube is a little overwhelmed. So sorry for the buffering, folks. We're doing our best at this end. Starlink is doing their thing, but once it goes out, we have to put up with the well.
Yeah, this is not good for the viewers, but we're doing our best to.
Our signal is strong, our signal is good. We have no technical issues at this point except for the clouds in our way.
And we are about a minute
of Totality.
down is fairly.
We are not going to be able to experience Bay of Quinte, and then 5 seconds later, the diamond ring.
Unfortunately, yeah.
We have cloud cover. It's getting very dark very fast right now. This is amazing. This is eerie.
And this is the big thing because again, Bailey's beads is the part when they just the start. And then of course the diamond ring, right? So well, we're getting pretty close. quite dark and they getting cold too.
It's getting very, very dark. Yes, everybody leaves their headlights on at the moment. It's getting dark very fast.
This is
lights on Meyers Pier now illuminated.
It won't
the
take long.
walkway
Oh, yeah.
along the illuminated.
Wow.
And we are approaching Totality.
We're within 2 minutes. Trying to listen as best I can. It's pretty close to the end. Pretty close to the end. People have their cell phones out and recording just the sound of nothing. And cold. Oh, the audio part didn't come through, but there were a lot of people oohing and awing, so. But look at the colors. If you come here, look at the colors of the sky over here. Ella, check this out. Check this out, how beautiful that is over on the Prince Edward County. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And now it starts to get significant.
It's getting lighter now, and I can see a piece of the sun coming back.
And this is what is considered sea. Get our take a look. You can see it if we can get that through Keith's camera. This is what's considered contact 3, C3, which is when start off the sun. But this is
I'm not able to grab an image. I'm trying to find the sun, and it's just not enough sun to grab on the camera. And
unfortunately, we were unable to see any of the Bailey's beads, the engagement ring, which is the nice little ring, and the corona. That's what most astronomers are looking for, and most people are looking for. You kind of go with the weather, right? So we tried to give you the best images that we could based on our cameras. And yeah, it certainly, boy, it got cold very quickly here. And then, yeah, I mean,
it's getting brighter rapidly now.
Yes, no kidding. And yeah, it's nice to see that there are people from Belleville. All over the world come to Belleville. And then people from Toronto coming down to check it out. And we've talked to quite a few people that have come all the way from Toronto to check out the sites here in Belleville, which is kind of neat. But yeah, it's we're on stage, well, C3 right now. So just want to make sure we got a decent image. How are we doing, Keith? Just not cooperating because of the clouds. That's basically what we have to say about that. And yeah, and we try to do the cloud and try to get you guys the shots as you stay safe at home. And again, thanks very much for viewing. Thanks for hour or so. We can't wait to continue our broadcast. And yeah, it's been expecting certain things based on, and so where are we going? Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to go to the Belleville, and then we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching. Keep on our channel. We still got the Bay.
On our glasses,
right,
so that we can look up and continue chatting. Wow,
just a little tiny
just a little bit left. That is incredible. Wow. So, Eric, I have a couple more questions for you. Another thing that I was wondering about is how you use actually eclipses to study which are planets outside of our solar system, using, I think, the transit method. Is that what that's called?
Yeah. Right now, during an eclipse, the moon
Sorry, you can hear everybody getting excited. We're getting very close to totality here.
The moon is transiting in front of the sun just the way planets that orbit around other stars transit in front of the star. So Webb can look at those exoplanets and use the transit just like we're staring up at the moon transiting the sun.
Gotcha. And so a transit is, like you said, literally just when something crosses in front of something else.
That's right,
transit.
yeah.
Okay, very cool. So throughout the broadcast, we've actually been able to see the eclipse through different telescope feeds. Can you tell me a little bit about what the difference is between, actually, we're going to go ahead.
Oh, here we go.
We're getting really close. Oh my gosh, it looks like just a 4 second. We are in complete totality. Oh my gosh. 5, 4, 3, here we go.
1.
You can hear everybody cheering. This is incredible. So let's go ahead and take off our glasses. We are in totality now.
Oh, you can see the coronal spikes. Amazing.
That is
beautiful.
Incredible.
You can see a planet in the sky that you couldn't see before.
Oh, wow. And I think, is that one of the, oh gosh, the
there's some drone. There's a drone up there in the sky, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
It's incredible, the rays that you can kind of just see coming off of the corona.
Yes, yeah. Stunning, beautiful.
Yeah. That's got to be one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
And you can see the gradation in the sky color down to the horizon,
Oh,
too.
my goodness.
Yeah.
I am seeing a bit of that 360-degree sunset.
Yes, yeah.
That is really cool.
It's amazing. Even though we're in the total shadow here, there's still the corona is still pretty bright.
It is incredibly bright.
You could read by the light of the corona.
I think I would have some trouble reading, but I probably could. I could technically read something. So Eric. Oh, and actually we have the International Space Station flying over right now, so they are actually seeing not one but 2 views of the eclipse. They're able to see not just the moon passing in front of the sun, but they're also able to see the shadow of the moon passing over Earth, which is absolutely incredible. I mean, I can hardly imagine a view being better than the one we have right now, but if there is one, it's
probably on the space station.
It's from the space station for sure. Wow, so yes, they're able to take some pictures of that, and that is just incredible. Just incredible.
One of the things they told people to do if you're far away was to hear how nature changed, and it was interesting here. We're of course surrounded by a lot of people, just to hear their reaction when we went into totality.
It's true, the humans in nature have not gotten quieter, but louder, I would say. But I mean, you can definitely hear the loudness has a different kind of character to it. There's almost like a, I mean, I don't know if wonder has a sound, but I think this might be it. Yeah.
Hushed awe.
Yes, hushed awe. That's wonderful. And I can see just one little red, I guess, like protrusion coming down there.
Little red spots almost. I noticed those too.
That's cool. Now there are 2.
Yeah.
Wow. That is just so cool.
Yeah, I like the 360 sunset. It's a little hard to see behind us, but it's.
Oh, we've got at least one or 2 drones.
Yeah, some our robot overlords.
Of course. And so, Eric, I know that, I mean, clearly with the drones, people are starting to get involved in the eclipse, and I know that there are lots of citizen science.
Right.
Do you mind talking about some of those opportunities, how people can actually...
Sure. We had citizen science programs where people could use their cell phones to take pictures during the eclipse. And
we're getting ready to come out of totality. We're just putting our glasses on.
And here we go. Put those oh, there it is. Oh, it's peeking out. Oh.
Everybody is cheering. We have just made it to the end of totality. We're starting to see the sun just peeking back out
amazing.
Again.
Now just look at the ground. How much brighter it's gotten.
It is already so much brighter. That is so wild. That was probably one of the most amazing, but also fastest 3 minutes of my life. I wish I could do it all again.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was incredible also get to experience that here in Holton. Thanks so much to the city of Holton, and also thank you so much, Dr. Smith, for coming out and hanging out with us and experiencing this wonderful event.
Oh, it was my pleasure, and congratulations to the city of Holton here for doing such an amazing job covering the eclipse. It was amazing how well orchestrated it was.
Above and beyond. Yeah. And I want to say, of course, a special thank you to photographer Dave Bowman, who has been giving us these incredible images from the telescope feed, and we're going to enjoy as the rest of the eclipse kind of ends here, going back in the direction that it came. And with that, we're going to send it back over to you, Megan.
Thanks, Angelique. So, I mean, what do you think? Like, we literally have to travel, what, about 26 miles?
Going across
Mexico to Maine.
Yes.
In like, what, about 88 minutes?
That's right. It's
so
like 1,900 miles per hour that the shadows travel.
I mean, did you have a favorite location?
For me, I think between Russellville and Dallas, just getting to hear some of my colleagues and their excitement too, it was amazing.
Oh my goodness, yeah, no. So, I don't know, I have to be a little bit biased. We did have some cloud cover here,
we did.
But to see it with your real eyes was just...
And we had that moment, which was
We did, yes. It was amazing. And so it's really cool too, just to think about how millions of us now have this shared moment of what could be a once-in-a-lifetime event.
It's true.
And so, folks, we have from Mackenzie.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie. I am in 3rd grade. My question is, what is the difference between a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse?
Thank you for that question, Mackenzie. Okay, let's talk about the difference between the eclipses. Now, the solar eclipse that we had today is when the moon crosses between the Earth and the Sun. We also get lunar eclipses, and a lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth crosses between the moon and the sun. So it's really about where the shadow's going. Today we have the moon shadow projecting on the Earth. During a lunar eclipse we have the Earth shadow projecting onto the moon. So that's the main difference there.
That we just saw too, those incredible views from space,
that's
you
right,
know, to see that second perspective view. And so I've got another question for you right now. It's going to be Eli on Reddit, who wants to know, there are quite a few solar eclipses in the world every few years, so why is this one scientifically interesting?
Okay, so yeah, we do get solar eclipses and lunar eclipses maybe 2 to 3 times a year. However, the total eclipse that happens today, total eclipses are about every 1.5 years, and that is a rare opportunity for us to look at the corona, study the corona in a way that we can't do during the other types of solar eclipses that we have. So
and during a solar maximum.
Exactly, during the solar maximum. So for this one particular, you know, we were talking about the solar activity that we were seeing on the limbs during the totality. Yeah, there's just a bunch going on today for this eclipse.
And so too, right now we've got another incredible view.
Oh, look at that.
These are live views from space, which is just mind-blowing in general. And now we're also to see the moon shadow across the Earth.
Wow.
It is just amazing. So, you know, Gina, too, thinking about how many people across North America witnessed this one moment, it's a good reminder that humanity has been experiencing these eclipses for centuries. You know, there are different meanings for these events in different cultures. Let's check in with Joy in Dallas to learn more about indigenous astronomy. Joy.
Hi, and welcome back to Dallas. I'm with Dr. David Begay. He's an indigenous astronomer and also a member of the Navajo Nation. David, thank you so much for joining us. So when people think about science, they might be thinking of Western science. So David, how does that relate to indigenous science, and what did the total eclipse mean to the Navajo people?
I think the knowledge on the eclipse goes way back from time immemorial, I'm told by my and they knew that when you look at the sun directly, you can damage your eyes permanently. And so they knew that about the danger of looking at the eclipse with the naked eye. So people were encouraged to go inside to ensure that people weren't looking up, especially the kids. So it goes way back. And as far as eclipses, it's a time of renewal, the sun alignment with the moon and also the earth alignment. The whole cosmic cycle goes through a regeneration process. It revitalizes the process. And so it's a gift that goes on for many years, over and over. It's a cycle. And as far as science goes, there's different definition of science.
Thank you, David.
Maybe we can cut it.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been an honor chatting with you. So, thank you to everyone here for joining us. Thank you for the Arboretum for hosting us for this very, very magical moment. This has been an experience of a lifetime and one that I definitely won't forget. So let's head back to Tahira and Gina in Kerrville, Texas.
Thanks, Joy. We're joined now by Jamie Favors, the director of NASA's Space Weather Program, to tell us more about some cool science that launched today during the eclipse. Welcome, Jamie.
Thanks, Tahira.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey, how are you?
Good. And so can you tell us, why did NASA launch rockets before, during, and after the eclipse today?
Sure, so it's really to capitalize on this really unique situation. Things like this happen every day, going from daylight to, sunset into, darkness. It happens so quickly that we can make these measurements, one right after the next, to really understand very precisely what's going on in the atmosphere. With sounding rockets, we can do that so quick back to back, the way we can't do with some of the really large rockets.
Okay. So, Jamie, how high did the rockets actually go, and what's special about this here?
Sure, and we just launched the second of the three just a few moments ago, and that's going pretty well so far. These particular rockets are getting about 250 miles above the surface, pretty close to right about where the International Space Station flies. And before you ask, everything's safe. We take care of the.
And it looks like we've got a playback of that right now.
Here
Oh,
we go.
wow.
Perfect.
Can you walk us through this?
Sure. So from Wallops Island out in Virginia, on the Virginia Space Coast. So these rockets have multiple stages to them. So you're seeing one stage burn for a few seconds, then that drops off, and then the next.
Nobody moves because we do it still photo.
Totality on the Bay. Well, it made artists. The Art Council comes here to this beautiful spot. And we're going to talk to Janet a little bit about what they were doing. Janet, thanks for being on the show, and tell us a little bit about what you guys did today.
Thank you. So we did plein air in the path of totality. We had just about 20 artists stationed all over Meyers Pier, and everyone ranged from, they were as young as 7 all the way up to very experienced painters, and painted for, some of them started around 1, but they painted for the duration, the whole progress of the eclipse.
That's fantastic. And paint. Oh, that's fantastic. Way to go. Move on to here. What's your name, sir?
We started painting around 1:30 or 1, and that's a landscape view of the bridge and the eclipse I could do, and we enjoyed it.
Fantastic. All right, let's go move on to the next. Your name?
I'm Keith Thurgood.
Hi, Keith. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, I started painting around 2:30, and I had to paint really slowly, which for me, normally I'd finish in 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
But because the eclipse takes so long,
sure,
I had to paint really slowly.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Well, you did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. You got the anchorage there. That's fantastic. So let's take a quick look at the next one. Hey,
I am Daniel Faubert.
Daniel.
Yeah, from the county here. And,
nice. Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is started about 12:30.
Fantastic.
I used the knife for the entire painting, and palette knife that is. And yeah, it was a great event.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. That looks fantastic. Let's go on to the next artist.
Hi, Kim Fedor. I live in downtown Belleville.
Nice.
So the clouds were moving so fast today, and the sun kept disappearing, but it looked a little green at some times. We got a little bit of glow, some silver, so
nice.
It's a fun day.
That's fabulous. It looks really nice. Oh.
Hi, I'm Margaret Rattan. I live in Belleville, and this is kind of obvious, I think, what I did, but this is actually her. This is Kim painting.
Nice.
She had a brown top on, and then she put her red coat on, which was color.
No, that's fantastic. And last, but certainly not least, I've got a hat just like that at home.
Do you?
Lovely, yes. Tell us about your name and.
My name is Wynn. I was trying to do 4 panels, but I didn't have enough time. So I'll finish it when I get home. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Everybody actively, did you yourself here at the eclipse?
Fantastic.
Once in a lifetime event.
A little cold, but.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things, like we've been mentioning since the broadcast started, that it is. Just have to take your. It was yesterday when the sky was beautiful. We would have had incredible images. So you get what you get, and we just want to thank everybody for viewing, everybody that was subscribing and commenting, whether it was good or bad. Hey, we had a lot of fun out here because we believe we have the absolutely best crew. I want to thank all the people that are members of this crew. Jerry has done a great job doing camera work for us. Ella Chapman, thank you so much for putting up with me all day. And of course, Keith Sage is the guy who is isolating amazing shots when we had the opportunity to. So thanks very much for all the information and helping me out in a couple of the displays and teaching some people out there. Would like to thank everybody at the Quinte Art Council, but gotta give a great shout out to the man who's behind all this. Barry Silverthorne, our director and producer in the truck. He's very camera shy, but there's his left hand. And we want to thank him because he's done a great job. I want to thank Belleville, the city of Belleville, for supporting what we've been doing. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate all your viewers, all the people that were watching from the boathouse. We're going to be there soon. We're going to have a cold beer and some great food. So if you're there, check out the boathouse when you're in Belleville and all the great events on Belleville. Discover belleville.ca. That is a wrap here on Meyers Pier. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody. Wow, we got a couple of claps here, and I didn't have to pay them that much. That's awesome. Totality on the Bay, and we will see you next time in 375 years. Can't wait. Do your push-ups. Make sure you eat right, and you'll be there in 375 years. We'll see you next time on Totality on the Bay 2.